All right, let's stand for our first song, which is Celebration.
Now that's some energetic congregation there.
Woohoo!
Wow, I'm blown away.
In congregation is the vocal celebration, using your imagination is the mental celebration. Celebrate family gracefully, celebrate life, celebrate love. Every day, in every way, being alive is a cause for celebration. So celebrate, celebration. Every sensation is a physical celebration. Peaceful meditation is a silent celebration. Celebrate unity, you and me. Celebrate life, celebrate love. Every day, in every way. Being alive is a cause for celebration. So celebrate, celebration. Every situation is a chance for celebration.
Oh, yes, it is.
Even aggravation is a teaching celebration. Celebrate miracles, obstacles. Celebrate life, celebrate love. Every day, in every way. Being alive is a cause for celebration. So celebrate, celebration. Life's a celebration. So celebrate. Life's a celebration. So celebrate. Life's a celebration, so celebrate.
And why do we celebrate? Because every life has meaning.
Some folks are always happy, others are always sad. Some folks are always friendly, others mostly mad. Here we go. Gandhi said it, it's all about love. Judah said it, it's all about love. Jesus said it, it's all about love. Krishna said it, Ernest said it, the Beatles said it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Some folks trust the Spirit, others struggle and doubt. No doubt. Some folks hoard possessions,
Oh my!
some folks do without.
I'm fine.
Everyone's connected by God's grand design, because every life has meaning. Every life has meaning. Every life has meaning. Even mine. Every life has meaning. Even yours. Every life has meaning. Even yours. Every life has meaning. Each and every life. Every life has meaning. Every life has meaning. Yeah,
All right, beloveds, while you're on your feet, please turn to one another and offer the Namaste greeting. Namaste. Namaste, musicians. Blessings. Namaste. Namaste, Travis and Brian. Namaste, Zoomers. Wonderful. Namaste, everyone. If you'll also please take a moment to silence your cell phones, that would be fabulous. And it's my great joy. Wow, I am awake now. Woohoo! It is my great joy to say welcome to, I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue. It's my great joy to say that. And I'm the spiritual director and senior minister here. And it is my joy to say welcome to the Awakening Ways spiritual community, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of awakening to the loving heart, the inspired mind, and sacred soul present in every life. We are an independent New Thought community, and we follow the teachings of Ernest Holmes. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. All right. So we have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. Ho, ho, ho. Ha, ha, ha. Laughter reveals my wholeness. I am happy. I am whole. All is well. And so it is. All right. So our practitioner of the day is Susan, and she's going to come up for our Ernest Holmes reading and an invocation.
Good morning, beloveds, and good morning, Zoomers. So as we say every week, we remind you all that this is a community that believes and knows the power of prayer. I look around and I see all these heads because we've all experienced it here. So there's several ways that you can take advantage of prayer here. You can fill out a prayer request on that table over there, and then the soul support team will pray for whatever issue is going on, or maybe it's just something awesome that you want more of. We'll pray for that for a whole week. You can send an email too. So if you're on Zoom, just send us an email to info@awakeningways.org and just put the word prayer request in the subject line. You can pick a business card over there if you want to take a deeper dive into something. One of the practitioners or ministers is available to do that with you. And then finally, I'll be out in the lobby after this service if anybody would like to experience a 3-minute miracle. Okay, so I have some words here from Ernest Holmes. And, you know, if you would like to just take a moment and just kind of center yourself, you can close your eyes if you feel like it. I feel you can kind of get the words a little more if you close your eyes. So this is from 365, Science of Mind, by Ernest Holmes. I turn my thought to joy, which I know is vibrating through all life. Through my own being, in my innermost mind and heart, I reach deep into infinite being and hear the song of gladness that sings through all manifestations of life. I know that it also sings in me as I give it expression. I hear the song of life in all the harmony of form around me, in tree and flower and grass, in blue sky and clouds, in the beauty of evening sunset. Wherever I look, I hear and feel the underlying joyous note that life sings and that comes to its culmination in spirit made manifest through each human being. That is a prayer in and of itself, because that spirit, that creator, that power and presence is manifesting through each and every form of life, every human being, every sentient being. And so I know that that spirit of life, that spirit of joy and love is present right here in this room, in each and every person here. I know that spirit is manifesting wisdom and allowing each person here to hear exactly what they needed to hear. Maybe they didn't even know they needed to hear it. I know that the words that come forth from Reverend Elizabeth are divinely designed for just that very thing. And I know that every note of music, whether it is played by an instrument or sung from a voice, is the sound of the divine. It is literally the song of God. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for every person who comes here early and sets everything up for us, and who stays late to put everything away. We are just so blessed by this spiritual community. And I'm just excited and grateful for everything that is to occur moving forward in this day. I know that my words are powerful, and I know that they are already demonstrated. And all there is left to do is for us to say together, and so it is.
Little help here.
Yep.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, I'll be happy. Don't worry, be happy. 'Cause in every life we have some trouble. When you worry, you make it double. Don't worry, I'll be happy.
Don't worry, be happy.
Do 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 do
Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no girl to make me smile. Don't worry, be happy. 'Cause when you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. Don't worry, be happy.
Don't worry, be happy.
Be happy. Be happy.
One last time.
Don't worry.
Be happy. Ha! Wow, that was so fun. Fun, fun, fun. Play, play, play. Fun, fun, fun. Hello, beloveds. Great to see you here. Wow. Well, we made it, didn't we? We sprang forward and right into this service. So, hello. All right. A priest, a rabbit, and a minister walk into a bar. The rabbit says, "I might be a typo." Oh, the sound of laughter. Oh, it's just so beautiful. And that energy of, it's like so in the moment when we laugh, right? How beautiful is that? So our seed of awakening for March is play. And play, as we know, is a sacred activity absolutely necessary for our complete expression in this life. Play is healing to the body, to the mind, and to the heart. And it connects us with others and inspires our greater yet to be. So when we just laughed, there was this feeling of oneness because we were all laughing at the same time. And even when you're laughing alone, there's that experience of oneness because it's like you have actually let go of your mind for just a moment, for just a little moment, right? And it's so liberating and light and free. I love that. So healing ourselves, mind, body, and heart is one of the biggest reasons that individuals come together to study metaphysics. So like all things we think are important, we tend to take it very seriously, don't we? We take it seriously. We watch our self-talk, observe our thoughts, and seek to actively shift our beliefs. But what if we're missing a key element in this healing process? Humor and joy bring a lightness into our lives that facilitates healing on a whole new level. And the newest science actually backs it up. Win-win. So today we're going to explore the role of laughter, play, and fun in revealing wholeness. Thank you. Yes. So according to the Mayo Clinic, stress has a serious impact on our mood and our state of mind. It can cause and contribute to anxiety, irritability, depression, lack of motivation, and feeling of overwhelm. I know I felt that a little bit recently. There is a profound impact from stress and distress on our body temples, from fatigue and sleep disturbances to chest pains and headaches and anxiety. Stress can actually cause us to feel unwell and impacts our ability to connect with the joy that is our birthright, our inherent birthright. So that in turn ends up causing even more stress because you feel stress, and now you know you're stressed and you're thinking about how stressed you are, and then you're calling your friends and saying, I'm stressed, this is stressful, I'm stressing out here. And you just like perpetuating it, you know? So it begins to feel like this endless loop without a solution. You do one thing and 10 other things pop up, and then you do those 10 things and then 400 things pop up. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit, right? You get the point. So how does science of mind support this idea? Well, Ernest Holmes said, we heal thoughts, not people. The spiritual person is never sick. Spiritual healing consists of changing psychological thought patterns. So we have a spiritual healing when our thought patterns are changed. What better way to interrupt those thought patterns than with a good, hearty laugh? How many of you have an intention to experience a deep belly laugh every day? Some of you, that's fabulous. The rest of you, you're going to have that this week. So it is so important that we, look directly at the causes of our stress so that we can make changes in our thinking and thus in the ways that we live our lives that will allow us to reveal a greater wholeness. It does very little to affirm wholeness while we continue to overwork ourselves and worry ourselves sick. So sometimes this requires, the service of a licensed practitioner who can pray, a trained, beloved person who will deeply support you in prayer and knowing the spiritual truth for you, and also assist you in changing those key aspects of your life that you maybe can't see or didn't know. So if you find yourself feeling distressed or anxious and need a little assistance, we have a whole bunch of practitioners here. There's practitioners in the room. Will you raise your hand if you're a practitioner? And we've got practitioner students. Hey! Awesome. So real change supports real healing, and laughter really is the best medicine. So that is the talk title for today. Laughter is the best medicine. So it's really a great spiritual practice. We think that spiritual practices are like, I've got to go into my perfect little space with my cushion and have my hands in a particular way and be sitting in a certain way with my head up in a certain way, and then I will get there. Or I need to pray in this particular way. We teach this formula of affirmative prayer. It's called spiritual mind treatment, which is affirmative prayer, And so we think we've got to pray in this particular way. And it's like golfing, when you learn to golf and they're like, okay, bend your knees a little, not too much, and then your elbows come out a little, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like sitting there all tweaked out and you just got to try to hit that ball. It's not like that, right? So the invitation is to take this as a spiritual practice, laughter, and just try it on for the week. Just try it on, And it just really is so helpful in balancing out that seriousness that we get into sometimes. So studies have shown that laughter actually releases endorphins that reduce pain and the symptoms of stress. Laughter can increase job performance and connect people emotionally. Plus, it has a beautiful way of pulling you into the present moment, dissolving thoughts, and propelling us into a state of joyful bliss. I'll take my joyful bliss, please, right here. Who wants a little joyful, giddy bliss in their lives? Sign me up, right? Okay. I'll have a double, yeah. Keep it coming. Keep that tab open too, yeah? So according to the Neuro Leadership Institute, laughing swaps the cortisol in our bloodstream with highly sought after chemicals in the brain: dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins. Dopamine in particular also enhances learning, motivation, and attention. In other words, it helps us embody the changes in thinking and behavior that we seek to make permanent. How cool is that? It's like the cherry on top, you know, the laughter. Oh, I just love it. So, how many of you have heard of laughter yoga? Laughter, okay, some of you, yeah. Laughter yoga is a thing. It's a modern exercise, and it involves prolonged, voluntary laughter. This type of yoga is based on the belief that voluntary laughter provides similar physiological and psychological benefits as spontaneous laughter. It is done in groups, and there's eye contact and a lot of playfulness that occurs. So, who wants to spin up a laughter yoga chapter for our community? Anyone? Oh, Joy back there. All right, there we go. I tried it and I loved it. Now that's where the ho 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 came from. So I learned it from someone and it was so fun, and they did this ho ho ho, ha ha ha. Very good, very good, very good. Yeah! Yeah. So they had us repeat that, ho, 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 ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, ha, hee, hee, hee. It's silly, isn't it? It's silly. But it helps us laugh because when we're able to laugh at ourselves, we become more capable of laughing at situations and experiences that may normally have caused us stress. And so what we are attempting to do with this laughter is to have that create the good chemicals in our bodies and not the negative chemicals that stress creates for us. So, you know, something that normally might upset you, you can laugh at it. And even if you're like, it's not funny in the moment, but you can do that ho, 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 ha, 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 hee, hee, hee. The hee, hee, hee is the fun one, right? Hee, hee, hee. Yes, I love it. Now, who here has ever played the board game Monopoly? Does everyone, is that still a thing? Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know if it's still a thing, but for us, it's a thing, right? We all have played the Monopoly game. Now, you know in the Monopoly game, how there are those two sets of cards. We've got all the deeds for the properties, and then we've got the chance cards, those orange ones, and the community chest cards, the yellow ones. And they say different things on them. You roll, and you might have to draw a card. And for instance, a chance card would say, advance to go, collect $200, woo! Or take a ride on the Reading Railroad. If you pass go, collect $200, woo! Or you get a community chest card that says, bank error in your favor, collect $200. Those are the best cards, right? Not income tax, pay $15. So I was thinking about Monopoly in that game because there is a restaurant in the Bay Area that is where I'm from, and it's called Cafe Gratitude, and I think they have this restaurant down south also. There are several of them. It's a wonderful restaurant, which I absolutely loved. They have organic, vegan food, right? And it is so good. And all of the dishes are named as affirmations. So when you order, you say I'll have I am deserving, or I am abundant, or I am fulfilled. It's so fun. I just love that. And then when they bring this food out to you, they say, you are abundant, you are fulfilled, you are deserving. And then you'll say, that's me, I'm deserving, me right here. I am abundant. How cool is that? Genius, right? So if you're thinking about opening a restaurant, you should totally do that. So the owners of this restaurant, Cafe Gratitude, created a board game called the Abounding River, and it's a game of abundance. Now this inspired by the Monopoly, chance cards, and community chest cards, they have sage cards and reflection cards. So you roll and you go down this Abounding River, and it might say, okay, draw a sage card. You draw a sage card, and then you do what the sage card says. So we're going to do something here. Yeah, this is a lead into something. So first, I would like you to just check in with yourselves in this moment. Notice your mood and your body sensations. What's happening with you right now within your consciousness and your body? And feel that. Now, the first sage card that I drew, I'm going to pull up a timer here. The first sage card that I drew while playing that game said, laugh for 60 seconds. So that's the exercise we're going to do. We're going to practice that when I say go. And our task, and your task too, Zoomers, is to laugh and to keep on laughing. Laugh like you heard the funniest thing ever. Look at your neighbors and look around. You can stand up and look around. But the point is, you have got to keep laughing. Now, there's going to be a time when you try to stop, like it's not, because it's not funny, right? But you're going to have to make yourself keep laughing, okay? That is your challenge. And when it's complete, I'll ring the bell, and then we can stop laughing. All right? Are you ready? 1, 2, Zoomers also. 3, go. Woo! We can't stop. Let's just keep laughing. Now, check in with your body. Check in with your mood in this moment now. What's happening in you? You're floating. Trying to catch your breath, maybe, right? Floating. There. Yeah, it's also a good workout. I'm sure we burned some calories. So just be aware of that, right? That change. And even if you were feeling great already, the laughter sort of up-leveled that frequency, didn't it? Yeah, what a powerful tool. What a powerful tool. Who knew that laughter could be a spiritual practice? I love it. So I wanted to share a story about when I went to India, I found joy at Vasista's cave. So we were in India for about a month, and we took a side trip, and this side trip was to Vasista's cave, which is the cave where the Gayatri mantra was born. And that's the one that goes, Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yo Na Prachodayat. You know that one, right? Yeah, of course. Whoa. Whoa, there's a lot of energy in here now. So there were a lot of people in this cave, around this cave, not in the cave yet, but around the cave, a lot of visitors and just a lot of people. Everybody was there to check this thing out, you know. And there were some some men walking around, and they were monks, I guess. And I didn't know that, but the men were not talking to the women. And I felt like, this is weird. What's wrong with these people? They're just, it's not very spiritual. They're not talking to the women, but they were talking to the other men. And so I just felt a little off, right? And so I had just completed chanting the Gayatri mantra on the mala beads 108 times. And you heard that. It's a lot. It took us like 45 minutes, And I had a really deep experience, but then I was just taken right out of it because I thought, this is weird. Why aren't they talking to? They're just talking to each other. What's going on here? So it was strange. So we entered the cave, and it was awesome, and there was some silence, and then it was time to exit the cave because it's a cave, and it's got to get out of there, right? And it's beautiful inside, though. They've got light, candles lit, and incense, and very, very beautiful experience. But it was time to get out of that cave, and there was something going on outside of the cave, and there was like some ritual, and they were presenting something, and there were some younger folks, and we had to stay in the cave. And I was ready to get out of that cave, though. But we waited, and I'm still feeling weird, awkward about that situation, and now I'm stuck in a cave. It's like, I got to get out of here. And so suddenly, one of the yogis in the cave, a male, came up to me and grabbed my hands and said, "You are God in form. You are God in form." And everything in my body was like burst open. I felt joy bubble up from my toes and shoot straight out my head. I felt free and liberated, and I didn't know what happened, but I knew I was God in form. And so it was as if what he said totally rearranged me. It completely wiped out all of those thoughts that I was having, and I felt that I was God in form. Wow, what a profound experience that was. So my friends, you are God in form. If you ever find yourself feeling down or confused, remember that you are God in form, because when we remember that, it rearranges us. It rearranges us. Now turn to the person next to you and say that. You are God in form. You are God in form. You are God in form. Beautiful. So Marcy Shimhoff, who's the author of our book of the month, Happy for No Reason, wrote that happiness is our innermost essence. It is our natural state. She says that you don't have to create happiness. It is who you are. Happiness is already in us. We are just letting it loose, And then I was inspired, of course, to look at my Science of Mind textbook, the glossary. It's my favorite section. And so page 597, there is a huge definition for happiness. Ernest Holmes says, happiness is a state of well-being or enjoyment of good of any kind. The general term applies to the enjoyment or pleasurable satisfaction attendant upon welfare of any kind. In metaphysics, it means a state of inner peace, a consciousness of the goodness of God and the beneficent attitude of the universe, a realization that joy can come to every person. It has a definite effect on mind, body, and affairs, a state of permanent joy. It is never the will of God or universal harmony that any person should be unhappy. We have a right to any happiness of which we can conceive, provided that happiness hurts no one and is in keeping with the nature of a progressive life. Wow, I'll take it. And then I thought, well, what does he have to say about joy? Let's hear that. You guys are all going to go home and pull out your textbooks, I know. Joy. It's just 2 sentences. The emotion excited by the expectancy of good. Gladness, delight, exaltation. So happiness and joy, we use both of those terms, right? So happiness and joy are totally related. And so I think what we do, and Marcy Shimhoff also talks about this, is we have a happiness meter, and we have a set point to our happiness. Now, Mary Mann Morrissey also talks about a set point for abundance. And so think of it as a thermostat, right? So what do we do with our thermostats? We say, all right, we're going to set this thermostat to 65 tonight, and if it gets any lower than 65, the heater is going to pop on, so I'm not cold. Or we say, I'm going to set the AC to what? What do you got? 78? 75 or 78? I'm setting it to 75. Let's say 75. Can I get an 80? No, I'm just kidding. 68 over here. Okay, we're going down. Wait a minute. So we set it to 75, and then if the temperature reaches 70, how does that work? 76, then the air conditioner comes on so we can be cool again. We do that with our happiness. It's set at a certain point because we've only known happiness to this particular degree. But what if we were to turn up our thermostat and allow ourselves to experience greater happiness than ever before? Sign me up, right? And we get to experience this happiness and joy because it lives within us. And we can find it. It's like the pearl that's right within, and somehow it got covered up with some other junk, and we could just move that stuff out of the way and let that happiness come through. I heard somebody say a couple of months ago they were here for the first couple of times, let's say, and they said, everyone seems so happy. I mean, they're smiling and laughing, and I want that too, right? And so the person stuck around and kept coming back, and I see them laughing, and I see that happiness coming out, and it's beautiful, right? How cool is that? So this happiness that lives within us is available to us. And so we're called to also turn that thermostat up and allow the happiness. Like you could be so happy right now and think, how could I even be happier than this? Well, be open to what's possible. And the universe will show you, because that's what it does. And so Marcy also says that while modern science gives us new insight into the physiology of happy for no reason, it's actually a state of consciousness that has been spoken of in virtually all spiritual and religious traditions throughout history. So happiness, the concept of happiness, is universal. In Buddhism, it is called causeless joy. In Christianity, it's called the kingdom of heaven within. And in Judaism, it is called ashrei, an inner sense of holiness and health. In Islam, it is called falah, happiness and well-being. And in Hinduism, it is called ananda, or pure bliss. Some traditions refer to it as an enlightened or awakened state, and we know it intuitively. We know happiness intuitively because it is our natural state. So we don't need to create happiness because it is who we are, and we deserve to be who we are. Don't we? Yeah. What? Yeah. Yes. We deserve to be who we are. So let us return to our natural state and have happiness be what this week is about for us. Remembering we can hold multiple truths at once. I talked about that last week. We can hold multiple truths at once. We can be happy and practice this concept of happiness and laughter in our lives while we are praying for the Ukraine and the people who are suffering, because we are called to be healthy. We are called to experience the wholeness that we know is our divine birthright and pray from that space in order to begin to see that in the world. Yes? So last Sunday when I was leaving, I spotted a couple who were experiencing spontaneous happiness, and I was inspired by it. One said to the other, "Let's take giant steps as we walk out the door." And they both did so, and as they took these giant steps, I mean, they were like, it was so cute. And it was so funny that they began to laugh hysterically. Well, I overheard the instructions. I was walking in the other direction, and I couldn't help but take the giant steps too. They didn't even see it, but it caused me to laugh out loud as well. Laughter and joy are contagious. Hang out with people that make you laugh. Find ways to laugh this week. Spirit is spontaneous, you know. Laughter is usually spontaneous, but let's live in and from that spontaneity of spirit, allowing our innate joy to break out all over the place. Because after all, you are God in form. Let that rearrange you. So this week, we're exploring the profoundly supportive aspect of joy and laughter in our lives. Now, I encourage you, your homework assignment, should you choose to accept it, is to find something that gets you belly laughing every day for a week and see how it changes you. When you are experiencing the uplift of laughter, I invite you to consider the more stress-inducing aspects of your life and see if there is one habit, one thought, one belief that you can shift by bringing a little joy and laughter in to support your own health of mind, body, and heart. So the specific call to action today for this week, practice laughing every day of the week. It's a practice. Practice makes permanent. Right? You guys are good at it. I heard you, especially Travis. No, all of you. That energy that was created in here was uplifting. It was so powerful. So practice laughing every day of this week. If you would like, you can set your timer for a minute and practice laughing. And then if you want to take it into meditation, you can do 1 minute of laughing and then sit in silence and just feel what's happening in your body. Take some giant steps just for fun. Or take the smallest steps you can, like Tim Conway in the Carol Burnett Show. Do you remember that? That's so hilarious. Or make up an accent and talk in that accent with your spouse or friend. Blow some bubbles. Bubbles are fun. Bubbles always bring me joy and make me laugh. Toss around a beach ball, perhaps. I don't know. Practice laughter yoga or laughing for that 1 minute about nothing. Share this practice with your friends and family. That's fun too, to see how they change. You know, they're just like, what? Watch a funny movie, you know. Pull up your favorite funny movie or take it out of storage or wherever you have it. And watch it and laugh, you know? Or your favorite stand-up comedian, or call your funny friend and just laugh with them. That's always fun. But the point is, set the intention to laugh daily, a deep belly laugh, knowing that it changes your mind and body. You can even tell people it's your spiritual homework to laugh more this week. All right, so did you hear about the Buddhist monk who leaned over to another and quietly asked, "Are you not thinking what I'm not thinking?" Or I'm sure you've heard about Mahatma Gandhi. Everyone knows who Mahatma Gandhi is, right? He walked barefoot most of the time, and walking barefoot across India, of course, produced some pretty serious calluses, and he also ate very little, so he was kind of frail, and he had this odd diet of rice and green tea, so he also had bad breath. And so this made him a super calloused, fragile mystic hexed by halitosis. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all night. Did you hear about the Buddhist who refused Novocaine during a root canal? He wanted to transcend dental medication. And lastly, everyone's favorite, what did the Buddhist monk say to the hot dog vendor? Make me one with everything. Thank you. The hot dog vendor prepared the hot dog and gave it to the monk. The monk paid him and asked for his change, and the hot dog vendor said, change comes from within. All right. And the shortest one that you can take this out to your friends and family this week. A priest, a rabbit, and a minister walk into a bar. The rabbit says, I might be a typo. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to invite the band, Jimmy and the band, to come up and prepare for the closing song. And let's take a deep breath. Yes, please. Okay, friends, let's take a deep breath together. Let's take another one. As we turn our attention inward and return to that beautiful, expansive space within, which is the space where I know and remember with every fiber of my being that, yes, Spirit is all that there is, it is all that there ever was, and it is all that there ever will be. And it has birthed me into existence, each one of us into existence, to experience life as a human. And here we are with our names and our outfits and our personalities, and we're just cruising along in this thing called life, doing our thing. And I'm so grateful to take this moment to stop and place my focused, conscious attention and awareness on this thing itself, Spirit, and remember that it birthed me into existence. I am God in form. When I remember this, it rearranges everything in me. Things shift and I am reprioritized, and my consciousness is totally reprioritized as I remember I was birthed into existence at this time on the planet, and I'm hanging out with these particular people, and I am called to be all that I came here to be. And one of those things that I came here to be is joy and happiness, because it is who I am. And so from this moment forward, I allow myself to be happy. I allow myself to laugh, even if it's forced. I laugh until the laughing becomes genuine. And this is a spiritual practice, and I am so grateful for each one of us. As we move through the week, we find new ways to experience laughter. We share the laughter with our friends, we laugh at ourselves, and we take life a little bit less seriously. And I know that we can also hold these multiple truths at once, and as we do so, we may be experiencing laughter in our lives and bringing ourselves to a really prayful, joyful state of giddy bliss because it is our birthright. We can also hold and know peace for our beloved friends in the Ukraine and know that the suffering is over, and allow the peace that passes human understanding to come into form. And as we do our spiritual practice of laughter, that clears away any of the static, any of the mud that has come into our minds about things. And that kind of static is like worry, doubt, fear, uncertainty. All of that dissolved back into the native nothingness from whence it came by us laughing. And so it is a beautiful day, and I am so grateful for this and so much more. I give thanks knowing that this prayer is complete. Even before it was spoken, it was already done. I release it now into that loving and creative action of the law, which is the divine manufacturing plant that makes it so. And I let it be, and so it is. Thank you.
I'd just like to start by saying, Karen, you're particularly attractive today. Rebecca, you're attractive. And Steve is really attractive.
Jimmy, you are one attractive gentleman.
When I still my mind quietly, I can hear my heart telling me, be happy, be loving. You're creating your life. 'Cause I'm attractive, in the sense that I'm magnetic, like a force of gravity, tethered to reality, where good attracts good, bad attracts bad.
Not bad.
It's a way to get to choose between happy or sad. If I see it in my mind, I will hold it in my hand. 'Cause thoughts become things, things bring satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Just remember this, while following your bliss, stay positive. You're creating your life. You're attractive, you're practically magnetic, like a force of gravity. You're tethered to reality, where good attracts good, and bad attracts bad.
It's not bad.
It's a way to get to choose between worried or glad. You see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. As thoughts become things, things bring satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Just remember this,
This.
while following your bliss.
This.
Stay positive. You're creating your life. We're attractive.
Look at us.
Practically magnetic, like a force of gravity.
Gravity?
Tethered to reality, where good attracts good,
Real good.
bad attracts bad.
Not bad.
It's a way to get to choose between
Between
happy or sad. 'Cause if you see it in your mind,
Mine.
you can hold it in your hand. Thoughts become things,
Things.
things bring satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Just remember this, following your bliss. Stay positive, you're creating your life. Stay positive, you're creating your life. Stay positive, you're creating your life.
Woo!
Oh, you're so attractive.
Awesome. Perfect. All right, friends, will the ushers please come forward? It's now time for our conscious giving. And so there is an envelope in the order of service. If you're giving cash, we invite you to put the cash in the envelope and put your name on the outside of the envelope so we can give you a giving statement at the end of the year. And for those of you that have a check or whatever, I invite you now to place that gift over your heart. And please repeat after me. Divine love through me. Divine love through me. Blesses and multiplies all that I have. Blesses and multiplies all that I have. All that I give. All that I give. And all that I receive. And all that I receive. Joyously I give. Joyously I give. And joyfully I receive. And joyfully I receive. And so it is.
If you would, just take another moment, close your eyes if you're comfortable. I just give thanks for these gifts, which I know are given joyfully. And I know that each person who gives of their love, their time, their treasure, whatever form of giving to Awakening Way's spiritual community is receiving joyfully, just as they give joyfully. I'm very grateful for this. I know that these gifts go forth to bless our spiritual community, to allow us to do magnificent things. I just give thanks for all of it, knowing that it is perfect, whole, and complete. And together we say, and so it is.
Oh, right. Jan's not here. Okay, wonderful. Let's see. So we have Sonia's here, but are there children today? No children today, right? I think she's here somewhere. No kids. Let's give Sonia some love. Woo! And now our announcements angel for today has some wonderful announcements.
Good morning, Awakening Ways. Is this mic on? That's right. My name is Travis, and I am your announcements angel this morning. I would like to take this moment to give some raise and praise to the healing arm of this church, the soul support team, our practitioners, and our ministers. We love you. Let's raise and praise. Woo! I love you. All right. What a great morning. Okay. And now for the announcements. Sunday, March 13th. Hello, Zoomers. We have 21 Zoomers coming in on that camera right above Brian and Joy's head, right back there. And next week, you don't want to miss next Sunday. Ministerial student Delon Richenberg will be the guest speaker. Yeah, baby. Reverend Elizabeth and Travis will have, hey, that's me. We'll have the weekend off. All right. For the next 2 weeks, we will be collecting donations to send to the Red Cross to benefit the people of Ukraine. If you are on Zoom, that's you, Zoomers, you can use PayPal to make a donation. Please include the word Ukraine with your donation. You can make your checks out to Awakening Ways. Saturday, March 19th, our gigantic book sale. That was in quotes. Our gigantic book sale will take place at our office at 7350 El Camino Real. There are metaphysical books, as well as cooking, yoga, and others. Maybe some music books too, Jimmy. Okay, books will be sold for $1 each, or 12 books for $10. Please buy 12. And if you come late in the day, they might be free.
The sale will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., so, you know. If you plan on volunteering to help with the sale or to help set up on Thursday, March 17th, please let Jan Lynch know. Okay, if you have not yet brought in your jar of inspiration and your financial gift, please do so. If you're on Zoom, you can mail a check to the office or donate on PayPal. For the PayPal donation, please insert jar with your donation. Okay, there's a lot of words on this. Okay. Our book of the month for March, Happy for No Reason by Marcy Shimoff, okay, is available at the sales desk for $20. We also have the March issue of the Science of Mind magazine available for purchase for $5. The Seeds of Awakening Journal. I would now love to invite Laura DeHaven up to share an inspired and creative idea with us. All right.
Good morning. I'm Laura DeHaven. I'd like to talk about the Seeds of Awakening Journal, but before I tell you what it is, I'd like to evoke in you the spirit of it. So when you were a kid and you saw the 64 box of Crayolas with the pencil sharpener, what happened? I got very excited, yes. Or the multi-pack of Play-Doh, or the extra set of Lincoln Logs, now Legos, or the new bike. That feel, what was? Oh, yes, Super Bowls, yes. So that is the feeling of this year-long creative collaborative project. We're going to get out our fun tools and play together and create together. And at the end of the year, what we're going to have, based on all of the Seeds of the Awakening for the year, and the action prompts and affirmations that Reverend Elizabeth is offering us with each message, we're going to have a journal in our hands that we've created, designed, artistically produced with art from all of the artists in this community who want to be involved. And all of you who would like to create a work of art, maybe it's inside of you. We're going to have that in our hands, and we're going to sell it. And it's going to benefit Awakening Ways. So let's have fun together this year. Create something that makes us even more excited than the mega box of Crayolas, and that we can share with the world. I will be at the sales table afterwards if you'd like to express interest. We've already had several people express interest. The team is forming, and we're going to get to it soon. So join us.
All right. That just lit me up. Thank you so much, Laura. I'm not an artist, but I want to make some art. So it will manifest. All right. Thank you for inspiring. Okay. Save the dates. Movie night at our office in Atascadero, Friday, April 1st at 6 p.m. The film is called One, the movie. More details coming soon. Suggested love offering for movie night is $5 per person. And also to save the date, Sunday, April 3rd, Melissa Felipe and Z. Eagleoff will be our guest speakers and musicians for a workshop, or with a workshop following the service. You will definitely not want to miss this. If you haven't seen Melissa Felipe or Z. Eagleoff, these beloved ministers, they will give you something in this new thought that you have not seen before. Okay. That is Sunday, April 3rd. All right. And I'd also like to finally raise and praise all of our volunteers. Excuse me, your God is showing. And that, my beloveds, has been the announcements.
Thank you, Travis. Woohoo! All right, friends, let's circle up. Hey. Oh, yeah. We're going to hold hands? Okay, well, I guess we are. Some of us are. Can if you want to. All right, friends, won't you know with me that you are never alone? that God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need do is turn within. And it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It is this thing called life. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in my pocketbook. Life is in my relationships. Life is everywhere. I think it. I feel it. I believe it. I accept it. Whoops, I express it. And I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life.
May I be filled